Hey loves, I'm just going to start off by cleansing my face with the BRA Deep Pore Toner, and I'm just using a regular cotton ball just to wipe that all over my face, get it nice and in pores. And then I'm going to move on to moisturizing with the Nivea Essentially Enriched Body Lotion, and I use the really rich one for dry to very dry skin. Don't know why, because I have oily skin. Moving on to brows, I just use the regular old spoolie, and now I am taking the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit in the color 963 Ash Brown, and this e.l.f. small angled brush to lightly fill in my brows. In this video I just skipped over it, so if you guys want a more in detail video for that, just comment down below and I'll get it right out to you. Now I'm going to be cleaning up my brows. I'm starting off with the Sephora Bright Future Concealer in the color 13 Cream, and I'm mixing that with my foundation, which is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in the color Medium Dark 4 or Macao. And I'm just mixing that up with my Soho angled eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to clean my brows up with that. And I know, as you guys probably can see, my brows look very different. It's because I haven't gotten anything done to them in like a really long time. So just remember, sisters, not twins. Even though they're looking like cousins right now, sisters, not twins. Okay, so now that I'm done with my eyebrows, I'm going to go into priming my lids with the same Sephora Bright Future Concealer in the color 13 Cream Caramel. And I'm just going to blend that out with my favorite e.l.f. brush. It's the e.l.f. Pointed Tulip brush, and I literally use this brush for everything. It's like the best brush I have. It's so awesome. And then I'm going to set my eyelids in place with the CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder in the color 110 Translucent Light. And this powder has a very strong smell to it. It smells like I don't know, it smells really strong though. It's medicated. So right here you see me going in with the Color Mates blush in the color Sunkissed Tan, which I actually got from the dollar store, and it's amazing. And with my Wet n Wild Professional Blending Brush. So I'm taking that color and I'm putting it in my upper crease, and I'm blending it all the way down to my lid, but I'm doing it lightly just because it's a really natural look. I just want all the colors to seamlessly fall into each other. So now I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and I'm taking the two colors on the left hand side, Matte 1 and Matte 2, and I'm putting those in my crease and my outer V just to give my eye look a little bit of depth. I don't want to go too heavy because it still is supposed to be a natural look, but yeah. And now I'm going back in with the same Color Mates blush color and Sunkissed Tan just to blend all those colors together. And going back in with the same palette, Smashbox Full Exposure, and I'm going in with the shade Shimmer 3. It's like this nice pinky golden color, and I'm just going to place that all over my lid just to give my eye look a little pop. So now that my eyes are all done, I'm just going to go into my face. I'm setting my face before I set my face. Because I have extremely oily skin, I'm just placing the same CoverGirl powder on all my oily areas, which is under my eyes, my nose, my forehead, and all around my mouth. Now I'm just going to lightly dust off the excess powder, but I want to leave a nice layer on there so it can sit under my foundation and absorb all the oils that might seep through. And I'm going to take my Pointed Tulip brush and my Benefits Erase Paste in the shade number 3, Deep, and I'm going to use that to correct my under eye circles. Now, while you are blending out the erase paste, it is going to be a little bit harder because you have the powder under your eye. But just think of it as blending a little bit longer for all day coverage, because with the powder being there, it does make the erase paste last way longer. Now moving on to foundation, I'm taking my NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Medium Dark 4 Macao or Macao. I don't know how to say that word. But I'm just dabbing it on the back of my hand. I'm going to use my fingers to dab it all across my face. Then I'm going to go in with my foundation brush. I use the Bare Minerals Perfecting Face Brush. It's their liquid brush that came out like a few years ago, and I still use it. It's amazing, and it's still soft as it was when I first got it. But I'm just going to buff that all across my face and my skin, and I'm going to blend it down to my neck so I make sure I don't have mask face. And I made sure I was careful around my brows, but I ended up blending across my eyeshadow. But it's okay because the eyeshadow stayed there, so I didn't have to go back and do anything. But I'm just going to keep blending, and now I'm going to go into highlighting my face. I'm using the same concealer I've used the whole video, the Sephora Bright Future Concealer in the shade 13 Cream Caramel. And I set that with the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Spray or Setting Mist. And I'm blending that out with my e.l.f. Pointed Tulip Brush, aka my fave. And using the setting spray just gives you a more opaque coverage. I like a bright, not too bright, but a natural bright highlight under my eye, and I don't like using a lot of product. So using the setting spray really does give you the good coverage with the least amount of product. And I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush around the edges of where I highlighted, just so it's a seamless and flawless, you know, like transition into each other. And immediately afterwards, I'm setting all those areas I highlighted with my CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder, and it's still in the shade 110 Translucent Light. This powder actually comes in a few different shades, so I think this is actually a really good powder for color girls. Now I'm going to go into bronzing my skin with my Bare Minerals Foundation Powder. And I'm using the Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush. I'm just going to go around the perimeter of my face, mainly my hairline and the hollows of my cheeks, using that powder just to give my face some more color. And I'm actually going to use the excess that was on the brush just to dust off the powder around my mouth. Now I'm going to take my Makeover Essentials Contour Palette, which I actually got for $1 on shopmissa.com. Like, her stuff is so good and it's so cheap. Like, literally, it's amazing. And I'm taking all 3 contour shades at the bottom, and I'm using that in the hollows of my cheeks, but I'm not going all the way across my face. I'm stopping like where my eye starts. And I'm going to take the lightest contour shade just to contour my nose, and I'm using the brush that came in the palette, but usually I would use my Wet n Wild angled contour brush. Now I'm going back in with my Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush and just gonna go over the whole thing. And I got this black kabuki brush from the dollar store, so it doesn't really have a name or anything to it. I just got it from the dollar store, and I just use that to wipe off all the rest of the extra powder just sitting on my face. Hot feeling myself. Oof. Now I'm going to go in with that blush shade I used earlier from Color Mates in the color Sunkissed Tan. And I'm taking my Wet n Wild angled contour brush, and I'm just going to basically blush my face up. Just a little bit though. And it's a really natural blush, so it looks good. So now on to highlighting. I'm going to go in with the Nika K New York 9 Nudes palette and my Wet n Wild Professional Blending Brush. And I'm taking the Rose Gold shade on the upper left hand side. I'm just going to highlight my face with that. I'm getting all the high points, my cheekbones, my eyebrow bone, my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And I absolutely love this shade for a natural highlight. There's nothing better than it. Actually, I love Gold Deposit, but I also love this shade. And then I'm going to set my face with my Kat Von D Lock-It Makeup Setting Mist. And I'm going to fan it for a little bit. And I actually forgot, I go back in with my Clean Colors Frameless Lash and Brow Clear Lash and Brow Mascara. And I'm just going to set my brows in place because they're really crazy. And I actually got this from Shop Miss A too, so she has a lot of good stuff up there. You should check her out. So thanks guys for watching this video. This is my first YouTube video ever and I hope you guys really liked it. Please thumbs up if you did, comment down below for other video topics, and subscribe. There will be so much more to come. I really do hope you guys liked it though. I will be leaving a few facts about me in the description box below, also ways you can find and follow me on social media platforms.